It was back on the road Saturday afternoon for the Wisconsin Badgers. They made the trip to East Lansing to square off with Mel Tucker's Michigan State Spartans. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game. Well, if you followed the program at Wisconsin, you know the walk-on legacy is a rich one, and we'll hear from one of those who has now earned a scholarship in John Torchio. And in our weekly chat with head coach Jim Leonhard, a walk-on himself, will continue with that theme. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report. A lot of beef up front for Wisconsin. Burch takes handoff. Allen crashing over the left side, over the top. Touchdown, Wisconsin. 4th and goal conversion for Braylon Allen and the Wisconsin Badgers, and it's 6-0. Pistol formation. Collins behind the quarterback, Peyton Thorne. Now Collins will shift to the left of the QB. Snap and the give to Collins, and he is stopped short of the goal line. Kamo'i Latu helps lead the charge as the Badgers get a goal line stand. And a snap to Thorne. Badgers bringing forward. Thorne under pressure from Herbig, and Nick Herbig throws him down inside the 20-yard line of Michigan State. Herbig with a burst to the quarterback. Bell in motion to the right, jet sweep to the right. Here comes Skyler, 35-30, 25-20, inside the numbers to the 15. Bell breaks a tackle inside the 10 and stumbles to the turf at the 8-yard line as Skyler Bell rips through the defense. Mertz in the shotgun, Braylon Allen to his left. 4th and goal, snap to Mertz, looking, sets, throws left side, end zone, caught, touchdown Wisconsin! Keontez Lewis, deep left corner of the end zone. And the Badgers are within one with 2:04 remaining. On the Michigan State 25-yard line, 3rd and 10. Mertz drops to throw, 4-man rush. Graham steps up, fires left side, caught by DK at the 5 to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin! Graham Mertz with a laser to Chimray DK, and the Badgers answer. Play clock is at 6. Thorne takes a snap. Badgers bringing pressure. Thorne winds it up, throws it deep right side. Jaden Reed reaches up, and he pulled it down. Touchdown, Michigan State.
He's feeling the weight of that game on his shoulders, as would I if I was in that position. But he needs to realize that it's bigger than just one play. You know, his might be the play to seal it, but there's a lot of screw-ups or a lot of guys that could have done better leading up to that, right? It's a team game. It's not on one guy. He needs to realize, it's hard for him to realize it right now, but later in the season, next year, year after that, that's going to help him. Going through this, right, what he's going through right now, it's going to help him going forward.
Play fake, Mertz, back to throw, winds up. He's a deep right side. DK got it. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Here comes Herbig. He knocked it loose, and the Badgers will pounce. He's gone. Braylon Allen all the way. Another turnover forced by the Wisconsin defense. Oh, what work by Jim Leonhard's group.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
And Thorne gets the shotgun snap, quick shot right side. Reed the catch, and he's cut down by Jay Shaw at the 30-yard line. And Mayday mode it is for Michigan State. They race the field goal team onto the field. It'll be the lefty Ben Patton. This will be a 46-yard try, right hash mark. Game clock is at 10 seconds. The lines are set. 8 seconds left. Patton trying to kick Michigan State to a win. The Lions are down. 3 seconds left. Snap is bobbled. Rolling off to his right. And a throw right side. And it's intercepted by John Torchio. Diving to the turf at the 5-yard line as Bryce Barringer trying to field a low snap. It was botched, and we're going to overtime, and East Lansing tied at 21.
Great battle tonight. Obviously, the way this one ended, it hurts, but we'd never question the effort of our guys tonight. They put it all out there, and unfortunately, we didn't execute as well as we needed to in the second half. Obviously, the second overtime as well. You know, that's the difference in the game.
I'd say it feels like a missed opportunity. I mean, we were in there, we were in the game, we had the ability to get it done, and you know, we just, because of execution, we missed out on that opportunity.
Stalled out in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter. We just got to do a better job of executing, staying ahead of the sticks. Kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, but you know, proud of how the guys fought. The last drive was pretty special, how the guys came out there and just executed. So, I mean, just got to keep doing it.
In all of our losses, we've strung the stakes together. You know, on big plays, we haven't been able to come out with it. You know, as an offense, we got to be able to score in that third quarter. Take advantage of those kind of opportunities when you can go up 2 scores. And that's something that we got to learn and grow from. And we got to do it fast because you know, getting towards the second half of the season, obviously, and a lot of big ones.
You know, it's next man up mentality for us, really. You know, we all get reps during the week, so it's just having that mindset of your number can be called at any time. So make sure that throughout the week you stay ready whenever your name is called. You know, people are stepping up, making plays. So, but it does kind of, it sucks to see your brothers hurt and not out there with you. Like, it's more, you know, you looking to him, he's not there. All right, I got to play for him now.
The guys in this locker room know what we're capable of. We know how good we are. Just today they scored, you know, 7 more points than us. You know, you can't really dwell on it, but you got to come back ready to work because, you know, next week we got another game and another Big Ten matchup. So
I think every game is a chapter in the book. Every chapter, the characters in the book define themselves. There's adversity, there's wins, there's trials, there's tribulations, and I think we're forming that identity still. It's a day-by-day process, and one thing I like, and I'm never going to, I'm going to cherish for a long time, is the effort and the fight that we had today. You know, maybe we had some previous losses where people gave up before it was, doing the towel before it was time, and there was no quit today.
We're 7 games in now. Do you feel like this team has an identity? And if so, what is it at this point?
That's been a struggle, and that's why we are where we are. Offensively, inconsistent, right? Running, throwing the ball. We've done some great things at times, but not consistently enough. And defensively, I think it's been very similar. When we've needed to show up big, we haven't gotten it done. And we have to find ways as coaches to help them out. And players, when their number's called, they have to execute. So I would say it's still up in the air on what the true identity of this team is. And that's why we haven't had the success that we all anticipate.
I mean, there's no like magic thing you can do and just boom, there's your identity. And I think it's hard to have an identity, right, because of the big change. But yeah, we'll get one, we'll find one. We need to hit our groove. You know, this is a tough one. You know, so sloppy on both ends. You would love to pull this out, kind of bring everyone together type victory, which is hard, but we'll find our identity.
It's concerning if you don't do anything about it. I mean, I know every guy in the locker room, I know every coach in the locker room, every athletic trainer, every person on the staff. That's inconsistent. Inconsistent is not our standard here. And I wouldn't say we're concerned. I mean, we're trying to figure out how to make those corrections and move forward. So definitely not concerned. There's a lot of ball left. And I know this team will be ready. I know these leaders are ready to lead. Coach is ready to coach, and we're hungry. No matter what anybody says, we're hungry.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
Anyone who's followed the Wisconsin football program knows the importance of the walk-on. There have been so many who have excelled, All-American status, gone on to the NFL, but even if that's not the case, they've been very important contributors to this program. The gentleman to my right lived that life, and he did go on to become a multiple season All-American, both athletically and academically, and 10 years in the NFL. As we're joined by head coach Jim Leonhard. And Jim, John Torchio is a guy who walked on, one of many, but he's, has the real honor of getting the Father Mike walk-on scholarship. And I know you and so many of us knew Father Mike, but for John to get that, you lived that life as a walk-on. Tell us about that. How much did you know about the program and how walk-ons can excel when you first stepped foot on campus here?
For me, growing up in the state, had a lot of knowledge of what the walk-on program had become under Coach Alvarez and the importance of it, right? The names, the success that players coming through the program, having earned scholarships, becoming captains, playing in the NFL. So in-state was very easy because you knew the tradition and really the mindset that once you get inside these walls, you're the same as everybody else. You're going to get that opportunity, and it is what you make of it. So fortunate for me to know that, and for John, really special. You have to have a different mindset to bet on yourself, right? To bet on yourself and trust who you are, what your character is, what your skill is, that you're going to make the most of it, and you're going to find opportunities to get on the field and contribute.
When you see someone like John, when did you, as the coordinator at the time, when did you like, okay, this guy can really help this program and can do so significantly? How long was it before you really felt that way about him?
Well, number one, in the recruiting process, he had multiple Division I offers for a reason. He was a talented player, offensively and defensively. You just saw the ball skills, the confidence he played with, and the number one thing that jumps out about John is his ability to be around the football. Run game, pass game, and we've seen that with obviously a lot of the big plays he's made in interceptions and returns. That's the number one thing that jumps out. There's a savviness to playing the safety position. There's a timing. There's an understanding of the big picture and kind of how the puzzle pieces fit, and that comes very natural to him. So that was the first thing that popped out being his coach.
I was talking to him for a different platform a few weeks ago, and he mentioned that he's really kind of the old man in the room, just in terms of experience in the program. Obviously, there are multiple transfers who are helping out this season, but he said, that first game, you go in the hotel room, and it's like, well, I guess I'm it, maybe me and one other, but he really, I think I get the impression too, Jim, that he's embraced the role of being a leader back there. Have you seen that in him?
For sure. It's an awkward transition sometimes in your career when you're used to being the young guy and having great leaders ahead of you, and you can just kind of sit back and follow and pick and choose when you want to be more vocal and pick and choose when you want to lead. And then all of a sudden there's one day you look around and those guys are gone. And obviously with Colin Wilder and Scott Nelson, Faion Hicks, Cesar Williams, like we had a very veteran group of DBs that has been in the program for a long time, and all of a sudden they walk out the door and you're kind of looking around and going, I guess it's me now. And very proud, really going back to the winter of how he stepped up into that role, becoming more vocal, taking more guys under his wing, and realizing that the lessons he received from those others, now it's his turn to pass on.
You mentioned a couple of minutes ago about betting on yourself. I want to circle back to your career. I promise I won't do this too much because you probably want to talk about this group, but your story is so good. I remember Coach Alvarez in a training camp. He'd meet with the media probably more than he wanted to, but he would circle back to you. If somebody's asked about the quarterbacks, he'd circle back to you. It's Jim Leonhard out of Tony. You need to watch him. So he saw something, I guess, fairly early. When did you feel like right away? I mean, you came here for a reason, and you came here, I'm sure you thought you could play, but was it long in your time here going, yeah, I belong? Any doubts I might have had, any questions I might have had, no, I can play here.
I think number one, as a player, are you having success once you hit the field, right? I think you feel that, you see that, and I think the second thing that you feel that's different is the opportunities, right? How many reps am I getting? What roles are they asking me to do? So I think it was relatively early on in that camp where I started making some plays and gaining confidence out of it, right? You get some of those seniors that are coming up and introducing now, going, who are you? What's your name? Where are you from? Right? Learning more information about you. And then kind of the confidence and the trust you're building within the coaches to put you in more situations to see how you respond. A lot of times with young guys, it's a little bit of sink or swim. Like, let's throw more at them, and do they cave or can they handle it and continue to play at that level? So I think those are the two things that stuck out to me first, was just seeing kind of how the team responded and then how the coaches and what they were asking me to do, how that changed quickly.
Well, obviously this walk-on program continues to thrive at Wisconsin. We'll hear from John Torchio, one of the catchier nicknames, right? The Jewelry Thief. Others have tried different names, but we'll get John's thoughts on that as we continue with this week's edition of the Badger Sports Report.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one during training. No school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. E-I-E-I Odyssey.
Receivers left, one on the right. Annexstead of the shotgun takes the snap. Four-man rush. Annexstead fires over the middle, picked off the goal line to the 5, to the 10, 15, 20. Torchio to the 30. He's to the 40. Torchio to the 50. 45, 40. 35, 30. He's to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. And the Jewelry Thief is in. Touchdown, Wisconsin, coast to coast on the pick six. Well, they call him the Jewelry Thief or Olympic Torchio, Butane Torchio, whatever. His name is John Torchio, and he's a really important part of this Wisconsin secondary and also a recent recipient of a scholarship awarded to walk-ons in the name of Monsignor Michael Burke, the late Father Mike, who passed away. He's a member now of the UW Athletics Hall of Fame. And John joins us now. First, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, tell me your reaction, what that was like when you knew that you were going to be the recipient of this.
Yeah, so I already knew I was on scholarship, but to have that be the scholarship kind of fund that I received it's pretty special. It's pretty cool. And a lot of those guys were at practice last Friday, so I got to meet them, take a picture with them, and just kind of hear their stories. And they were asking me, oh, do we still do this tradition? Do we still do that? So it's kind of cool to kind of compare and contrast their experience and mine, but it was an honor. It's an honor to be a part of.
It's cool to, I would think, to learn that in a fairly private setting too, right? Just you guys, football players, past and present.
Yep.
I mean, a lot is out there publicly, a lot is social media, and we all get that. But to just be there with your guys, that had to be extra special.
Yeah, it was really cool. And just kind of to realize that, wow, this is so much bigger than me. You know, this has been happening for so long, and to kind of see the generations of guys who donated, and one of them was telling me, oh, guys in the league who are still playing donated as well. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome.
How much did you know about the walk-on history here when you decided to attend the University of Wisconsin?
I mean, obviously you know it, right? Coach Leonhard, Jack Sitchie, kind of the guys that I kind of knew and heard, but then you get here and you realize that it's so much bigger than you even know before, right? So, I mean, yeah, I've obviously continued to learn how big it is and how big of a network and just like how close those guys are. So, yeah.
Tell us about, obviously we don't need to rehash everything that has gone on in the program recently, but you've worked with Jim Leonhard on a fairly daily basis for a while now.
Yeah.
What's his biggest strength? What's the coolest part about playing for someone like him?
Just his football knowledge. He's so smart. And just schematically, he knows everything about the defense that he runs, obviously. And then kind of hearing him talk about the offense and tendencies and things like that, it's pretty impressive and it's pretty cool. And we always, last year, Scotty, Colin, and I would always joke, like, wow, this guy's such a genius, man. Like, he just cooks up defenses left and right. So, I mean, it's just, that would probably say that's the most impressive thing to me is just his knowledge of the game.
And I know you and I talked on another platform here recently, the thing about Jim, and I think a lot of coaches, obviously Coach Chris was the same way, but Jim could converse with anybody, no matter the background, and kind of let you guys just be who you are, too, right?
Definitely. And that's another thing that stands out, right? You talk about new guys leading every year, and he doesn't have a set thing, this is how I want things done. He lets you treat how you want to lead towards your personality, and I think that's a real positive for our group, right? Because the DBs, the secondary, we're all from California, Texas, Florida. It's not all just Wisconsin guys. So obviously you're gonna have some different characters and personalities, and he does a great job handling all that.
At the top of this, I mentioned the various nicknames. The jewelry thief was that Wilder? Was that Colin who gave you that?
It was Coach Herring, but Wilder was the one that kind of pushed it to where it is now, I guess.
So I know during the camp, during training camp, they had the fun video snippets for everybody to get to see, and then somebody suggesting the Olympic torch. Do you have a personal favorite, or jewelry thief work? Is that good for you?
I like jewelry thief. I want to shout out Duffy though, our trainer, with the butane and Olympic. That was pretty creative. So
it's a
like
good
that.
effort.
Yeah, exactly.
Through it all, you got to have some fun doing this, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not an easy game to play, as he would know better than I. But in the end, you got to be able to mix it up with the guys, have some fun, have some back and forth, and go about pursuing your passion.
Absolutely, and that's something that you can't lose sight of. All that's going on, all the we lose in games, but we're here to have fun. We're here to play football. It's college sports. That's what it's all about. So it's something that you can't lose track of.
All right, appreciate it. Again, congratulations to you. That's John Torchio. We will continue in a couple of minutes with the Badger Sports Report.
These are operating engineers. They operate top-of-the-line, innovative machines and build stuff that matters. And operating engineers are well paid. They even get paid to train. As an apprentice, you can make $56,000 a year from day one during training. No school loans and no debt. When your training is complete, you'll have a stable career job that is high skill, high tech, and high pay. We need operating engineers right now. Your future can begin today.
You'll hear things like, you're gonna need to see a specialist.
That what you have is serious, like really serious.
And then you meet them, your medical team.
With research and clinical trials and new treatments.
With better procedures that lead to better results.
Then it hits you, you're gonna be okay.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
The Badger Sports Report is presented by UW Health, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org. And is brought to you by the Construction Business Group, Wisconsin operating engineers and respected contractors. BuildingWisconsinTogether.com. And by Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. One call, that's all.
Our thanks to John Torchio for joining us this week. The Badgers come back to Camp Randall Stadium, a 2:30 kickoff on Saturday afternoon, as Wisconsin will face the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
This has been an exclusive presentation from Learfield.
Backed by popular demand, Hy-Vee drive-through flu shot clinics. Just follow the signs in your Hy-Vee parking lot to get your flu shot right from your car. It's easy, convenient, and no appointment or prescription is necessary. Drive-through flu shots are offered on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3 to 7 p.m. Or get your flu shot inside your Hy-Vee pharmacy at any time with no appointment necessary. Plus, when you get your flu shot at Hy-Vee, you get a 20-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
My favorite breakfast is Odyssey yogurt. I asked Mommy where it comes from, and she took me to a dairy farm to learn all about milk and, most importantly, cows. Wisconsin cows are definitely the happiest, which means they make the tastiest yogurt. My favorite is blueberry. What's your flavor? Support your local farmers. EIEI Odyssey.